Okay, so good morning everyone. I am Juliana Soriano together with my group mates Eliza Baltasar, Rian Ladipe, Christine Magpayo, and Sofia May Ramos. Today we will be discussing what is influencer marketing, its impact metrics, why brands use influencer marketing, and its importance. Influencer marketing is a strategy where brands collaborate with individuals who have a strong online presence and loyal following to promote their products or services. These influencers can range from mega with millions of followers to smaller creators with niche, highly engaged audiences. Now, this strategy focuses on relationship building, authenticity, and measurable impact rather than traditional advertising alone. Brands need to understand the different category of influencers together with how well they match the brand. Selecting the right influencer category influences the campaign's reach, level of engagement, and of course, the return on investment. Understanding how to evaluate influencer marketing allows you to identify effective strategies, eliminate underperforming efforts, and allocate your budget more efficiently. It is essential to use and understand tracking tools such as likes, comments, shares, and saves to evaluate how effectively the content engage the audience. Now we will be discussing the different types of influencers by reach and by
So
size.
let's talk about the types of influencers. So influencers, guys, are individuals who build their loyal audience on social media platforms by consistently creating engaging content. So their influence comes from the expertise, personality, lifestyle, and also entertainment value. So they can affect their followers' opinions, behaviors, and purchasing decisions. So influencers are categorized on their number of followers. So choosing an influencer is not about deciding which tier is superior since each category has its own distinct role. So this step is to clearly define your campaign goals. So do you want strong engagement typically seen in nano influencers or are you aiming for the broad exposure that mega influencer can provide?
Okay, so let's start first with the first type of influencer, the mega influencer. Mega influencers are are social media personalities with more than 1 million followers. They are often celebrities, public figures, and globally recognized creators who have a massive audience reach. Because of their popularity, brands use them to gain widespread visibility and to spread brand awareness. However, they are very expensive to hire and they have lower engagement rates compared to smaller influencers since their audience is broad and diverse. Now, why does mega influencer have millions of followers but they have lower engagement? Let's look at this example, si Alex Gonzaga. So Alex Gonzaga have 15 million followers, but then when she posted this ad from Snail White, it only had 60,000 likes, 500 comments, 100 shares, and 1 million views. Since Alex Gonzaga have million of followers, but then nag-post siya ng Snail White ad, mababa yung engagement. So, 1 million views, 60k likes, it's only about 0.4% of the 15 million followers na nag-interact sa post ni Alex Gonzaga. So ito yung often na nangyayari sa mga mega influencers na they have a lot of followers but only low engagement. Since sobrang diverse kasi ng followers nila, it's either fina-follow sila because they're famous or they just like about yung lifestyle ng isang tao but yung brand hindi nila ginagamit. But it is effective for brands to use these mega influencers to spread yung name ng product or ng brand nila. Now, another example, yung sa sinasabi ni Sir is yung kay Maris Racal na sa Dazzle Me. Nagkaroon ng issue si Maris Racal, so nagkaroon ng Dazzle Me decided to let go of Maris even though it's hard for them because they wanted to stay true to their values, which is inclusive, honest, and making the right decisions even when it is hard for the brand. So while your content may be seen by many people, a smaller percentage of them may actually take action. In addition, mega influencers are usually not easily accessible nga. So meaning, even though your brand has an influencer with millions of followers, this does not mean it's enough. A large follower count does not always mean strong influence, and having a wide reach does not automatically result in high engagement. Now let's move on to another type of influencer, the macro influencer. Macro influencers have between 100,000 and 1 million followers. They are well known within a specific industry such as beauty, travel, and lifestyle. They offer a good balance between large reach and targeted audiences, making them effective for brands that want broad but still somewhat focused on marketing. While less expensive than mega influencers, they can still be costly depending on their popularity. Ito, based from what they've shown me, yung influencers, they have a lot of followers, pero once they post na an ad, bumababa na yung engagement um, ng post. Okay, so macro influencers are strong choice, but when you need broad exposure along with a reasonable level of audience alignment, they work well for brand awareness or when introducing your brand to new market segments. Typically, they are experienced collaborators who can deliver professional results and prefer more structured business arrangement. Ito example to ng engagement from TikTok. So this is Pilot Cheska Karandang. So here, pwede nyo, yes. So when you're a brand kasi, you should search first for an influencer kung gaano ba kalakas yung impact nila and ano yung gusto mong target market. So let's say, eto si Cheska, yung audience niya is female. Mas marami nanonood sa kanya ng female kaysa sa male. And kung gusto mo yung ads mo, it's about life, advice, and about sa pagpipiloto, eto dapat yung tignan mo because nakita rin dito yung fake followers niya which is only 17%. And yung average reel plays niya is 1 million per reel. So it shows na strong yung engagement ni Cheska. And ang target audience niya is Philippines. So if gusto mo ng mga local na brands or target market is dito nyo pwede siyang makita sa engagement. Now for another type is the micro-influencer.
Okay guys, so let's talk about naman yung micro-influencers. So micro-influencers have about 10,000 to 100,000 followers. So specifically, nagpo-focus sila po on one specific topic and connect closely with their audience. So because of this naman, people trust them more and interact with their posts often. So they are also more affordable. So good choice sila sa small and medium business. So ito yung example natin guys. So micro-influencer guys again have smaller but connected audience than macro-influencer. So because of this, they get often a high engagement. This means na yung followers nila see their posts and interact by liking, commenting, and sharing their posts. Next we have is the nano influencer. So yung nano influencer guys, they have 1,000 to 10,000 followers. So they are regularly social media users. So who share content with a small community. So even with the fewer followers guys, nakukuha pa rin naman sila ng high engagement because people see them as real and relatable. So they are great for local businesses or mga brands na tina-target yung specific group. Ito guys, si Sia. So nagpo-post siya regularly na mga content niya about beauty products, mga pangpaganda lang. So because of nano influencers have smaller, so they focus more on audience. They can engage with followers with bigger creators often can. They can personally respond to comments and DMs, creating genuine connection. So their content feels like a conversation rather than a broadcast. So also since many are new to influencing guys, they are usually more flexible and with payment and open sila sa mga partnerships with the other brands. Okay guys, let's move on naman sa mga platforms na ginagamit ng mga influencers. The first one we have is the Instagram. So Instagram is a highly visual platform which makes very popular both for lifestyle, fashion, beauty, food, and travel content. So yung mga influencer use this as an eye-catching photos and videos na para ma-attract nila yung mga audience nila. So it often features such as reels, stories, and posts, and mga live sessions. So ina-allow na to ng mga influencer to interact with their audience. So because of this po, yung engagement rate po and visual appeal, may brands collaborate with the influencer on the Instagram para ma-promote po nila yung mga product in a creative way and also in aesthetic way. Have is the TikTok. So TikTok is known naman sa mga short form na mga videos content. So popular sila sa mga viral trends, challenges, and also yung creative editing styles that quickly capture yung mga attention ng mga audience. So this platform specifically effective para sa mga Gen Z and millennials. So one of its biggest advantages is may high organic reach potential siya, meaning yung mga new creators can go viral without having millions of followers. So that's why brand use Many influencers use TikTok to increase their visibility and brand awareness.
So YouTube focuses on long-form video content, making it ideal for tutorials, product reviews, unboxing, and storytelling. So bago mag-purchase yung consumer na isang product, usually they go for YouTube for step-by-step tutorials. And lastly is Facebook. Facebook has wide demographic reach, meaning it attracts users of different age and background, and it is very useful for community building, promotions. Influencers and brands can share videos, post, and even host live sessions to interact directly with the audience.
Okay, so as you notice, many of you were able to guess brands that these influencers promote. Even without seeing the actual advertisement, you were able to connect the influencer to a specific product or brand. This shows how powerful influencers are in marketing because people easily remember the brands that influencer promote. And this connects to my topic, which is why brands use influencer marketing. Ay, so brands use influencer marketing because it helps them promote their products in a more natural and effective way. So first is influencer marketing helps build trust and credibility. People tend to trust influencers that they follow and admire. Because of this, when influencers recommend a product, people are more likely to believe that the product is good and reliable. So for example, is during our icebreaker, we saw Ann Curtis, who is known for promoting Jollibee. Many people trust her endorsements because she is a well-known celebrity. When she promotes a product, people feel more confident about the product. So next is reaches a specific target audience. Influencer marketing helps brands reach a specific target audience. Different brands have different target customers. Influencers help brands reach the right group of people who are most likely to buy their product. Third is influencer marketing feels more authentic than traditional advertising. Instead of watching a normal commercial, people see influencers using the product in their daily lives. This makes the promotion feel more real and relatable. Lastly, influencer marketing helps increase brand awareness and sales. When influencers promote product, more people become aware of the brand. The more people see the product, the more likely they are to become interested in buying it.
Yes, for the next topic is about impact metrics. Impact metrics are data points that quantify the tangible and meaningful outcomes of audience. So in short, this is the proof if totoo ba nangyayari yung campaign and kung magiging effective ba yung campaign when nagpo-post yung mga influencers or company ng kanilang ads. So for example, did it actually change how people think about the product when the company is promoting their product? So redundant yun. So how people think about the brand or it results to the sales. It's all about digging deeper into how our audience behaves and how it affects our business objectives. For example, number one is influencer marketing. As you can see here, the post is about fitness. So fitness influencers, we look at their followers and likes, right? Right? Anyone here ba na kapag nakakakita tayo ng influencers or nagpo-promote sila ng product, ini-stock natin yung mga favorite mo? Okay, thank you. So ayun. So, pero for impact metrics, we look at the conversion rate. For example, may post sila about gym wear, about wait lang. Sorry. Busy fitness at their followers, right? So, for example, may post sila about gym wear. Yung tinitignan natin dito is how many followers click the link dun sa bio. So, nakikita nyo ba sa influencers, may bio sila dun? Ng link kung saan kayo pwedeng umorder, kung saan kayo pwedeng mag-purchase. Okay? So, that's the real impact. Not only famous. So, kung magkaroon man sila ng 1 million views or 1 million na anything likes, it just only the number. That's why they promote the product to boost their product. Redundant yun So ayun, next example is e-commerce. We all know that we are familiar here 11/11 flash sale. So in these big campaigns, very important yun sa impact metrics to see if the investment was worth it. So we track things like customer acquisition cost, CAC. This is the cost if how much they spend for ads to get new buyers. Even if the price is super low during a flash sale, the real impact here is the repeat purchase rate. Bibili at bibili pa rin sila kapag may sale or kahit walang sale. So, the goal is not just one-time sale
but to see if those customers will keep coming back to the app even after the sale is over. That long-term growth is what we call a high-impact result. For one, vanity metrics and performance metrics. Number one is vanity metrics. Vanity metrics from the word itself, vanity, this is the numbers that we are proud of. 'Di ba? Kapag mayroon tayong may followers tayo na ganun karami, 1 million, may likes tayo ng 2 million, how many? Nakaka-boost ng confidence natin yun, right? So, they don't really show real business success or impact. Why? These are the data, yung binabanggit ko kanina, that 1 million followers is just not a number. Bakit? Lahat ba ng followers na yon bumibili ba sa product mo? Lahat yon bumibili sa product, right? Because it's not automatic na kapag marami kang likes, kumikita na yung business mo or may nagbabago sa audience behavior mo. They are just surface level numbers. Example, as you can see here, paulit-ulit ko sinasabi, meron siyang 1 million followers. 1 million followers. So, marami din siyang mga likes and mga So, it's a classic vanity metrics. Why? Kasi you can have 1 million followers, pero kung ghost followers naman sila, as I said kanina, is hindi naman bumibili lahat ng followers mo. Wala rin. Ang purpose lang kasi is to promote your product. Okay? Right? So, having a huge following looks cool and gives you a boost, but if those followers don't engage or convert into actual customers, then it's just a vanity number. So ang vanity kasi guys, it means something that's hollow or display lang. Display lang yung number na yan. Okay? So, hindi naman talaga nakakatulong yun sa bottom line ng business nila. So, for the next one is video views. So, views are often just vanity metrics. For example, if you have 1 million views yung video mo, pero ang average lang ng watch time mo is 2 seconds lang. Is in yung i-scroll lang sila pero hindi sila magtatagal. As in 2 seconds lang. In short, the impact metric is the goal. The sale, loyalty, the impact. This sir, conclusion lang ng dalawa. Kasi sir, meron akong in-explain na vanity metrics and performance metrics. Impact metrics and vanity metrics. So, yung vanity metrics is, as I said kanina, it's just a number lang. Decoration lang yung likes, views, followers. So, for the next one is performance metrics. If vanity metrics are just for show, performance metrics are the real deal. As defined, these are the data that directly measures of the business achieving their goals. We are talking about the sales, conversions, revenue, ROI, return on investment. We'll know if it's profitable for one campaign or we are wasting money. In short, this is the grade of business performance. For example, is customer engagement performance. As you can see here, is about the Netflix. You might ask like the engagement, like comments and clicks is vanity metrics. Also, but we are not always. The performance metrics is the quality engagement for platforms like Netflix, as seen in the screen. Not only click the movie, it also measure if the customer and the series, kung tatapusin ba niya yung series, kung napindot niya ba yun na natapos niya yun, then kung uulit-ulitin niya ba papanoorin yun. So, that high-level engagement shows the effective yung content. It's not just a random click, it's a performance indicator that hook to the customer service marketing campaign. For the next one is marketing campaign performance po. We have marketing campaign performance using as Nike. We all know that Nike is one of the trend siya in the Philippines. So, quality din siya. So, a quick share ko lang. So, sa tingin nyo, yung Nike kasi is famous na siya, di ba? Kapag sinabing Nike, quality, mahal. So, a quick share ko lang, kasi may work ako kahapon, so nag-train ako. Sorry, nawala ako. So, ayun. Yung marketing campaign performance, bakit ba nila pinopromote? Familiar na to sa atin. Alam naman natin na mabibili yon. Sa tingin nyo, bakit natin siya pinopromote? Bakit pa natin siya kailangan i-promote? Sikat naman na to Quality na to. Taas ng kamay. Tama? Yeah? Sa last. Key influencer marketing metrics.
Key influencer marketing metrics have 6 parts. So the first part is reach. So basically, reach refers to the number of unique people who saw the influencer's content. So kahit ilang beses pa na i-view ng isang tao yung post, counted pa rin siya as one person in reach. So, ang focus ng reach is not the total number of views, but how many different people were able to see the content. So, importante yung reach because it helps to measure brand awareness. So, ibig sabihin, it shows how far the brand message was able to spread and how many potential customers were introduced to the product. So, before people can like, comment, share, or even buy a product, kailangan muna nilang makita or makilala yung brand. That's why reach is considered the first step in influencer marketing because it helps the brand get noticed by a wider audience. For my example of reach, so we all know Zainab Harake, right? So Zainab Harake is a well-known influencer who has a million of subscribers on its different social media platforms. So Zainab Harake posted a promotion and the post shows 547,000 reach. So it means that around 547,000 unique accounts were able to see that content. So even some people watch the video multiple times, each account still counted only once it reached. So, kahit hindi pa sila nag-like, nag-comment, or bumili ng product, at least na-expose na sila doon mismo sa product. However, reach alone does not measure engagement or sales. It only tells us how many people saw the content, not what they did for after seeing it. Some viewers might just scroll past the post without interacting. That's why marketers also look at other metrics like engagement to see if people actually like, comment, or share the content. So, and conversions to know if the post led to actual purchases. So, in simple terms, the bigger the reach, the bigger the opportunity for a brand to gain potential customers because more people are being exposed to the product or the service. Next is the impressions. So, ano naman yung impressions? So, impressions count how many times the post appeared on people's screen. So, unlike reach, kasama dito yung mga repeated views ng mga audience. So, kahit isang tao lang pero ilang beses niya nakita yung post, habang nag-scroll, lahat yun counted as impressions. Like for the example is Andrea Brillantes. So, Andrea Brillantes is a well-known artist and also an influencer on a different social media platform. So, Andrea Brillantes TikTok video promoting her skincare endorsement which is the Brilliant Rejuvenating Set. So, the analytics shows na meron siyang 10.8 million na impressions which is the views. So, hindi naman siya automatically na yung 10.8 million, ano na siya, iisang tao na siya per count yung 10.8 million. It actually means na yung 10.8 million is mga different people yun na nakaso and kung how many times silang na-view yung mismong content. Like for example, si Sofia, nag-view siya ng isang content kasi she likes the video and yung video na yun is her favorite influencer. So, view niya yung video na yun ng 10 times. So, sa 10 times niyang na-view, makakounted siya as impressions na 10 din yung magiging views.
Pwede ulit-ulitin. Pwede ulit-ulitin.
Pwede. Kasi kapag tayo ulit, mas dumadami yung views mo. Kahit ikaw lang mag-isa yung nag-view. Kasi basta ilang beses mo i-click yung video, mas dumadami yung views.
Real time ba yun? Kapag kunyari, sa 2 messages mo pinasa-off, real time siya mag-show sa.
Oo. Lalo lang kapag sa TikTok, makikita siya.
Pero indicated siya, important na.
So, important yung impressions because it shows how visible the content is. So, the more times people see something, the more familiar they become with it. So, even if they don't buy right away the product that influencers promote, mas tumatatak sa isip natin yung brand na yun because we keep on seeing that content. Engagement measures how audiences interact with the content. So, hindi lang siya about seeing the post. It's about how people respond to it. Kasama doon yung likes, comments, shares, and saves. So, for the first one is the likes. So, likes are the easiest and quickest way to show approval. So, kapag maraming likes means the content is appealing or relatable. Like kapag kalabitan natin yung isang content ng influencer, nilalike natin siya kasi nga gusto natin yung content na yon. The second one is these comments. So, mas deeper siya compared to likes. So, when people comment, it which usually means they are really interested about the product. So, for example, si Jo Marie. So, we all know her. We all know him because he is also a famous influencer na nagpa-promote ng product in a humorous way. Like, may pagka-komentyante siya when it comes to affiliating a product. So, here, Jo Marie is promoting a perfume and may mga nag-comment sa kanya na matagal po bang mawala yung amoy, Kuya Jo Marie, sa pansit. So, dun sa pagko-comment mo lang ng audience, nag-show na siya na interesado siya sa product and also may curiosity din siya about dun sa product. The third one is shares. So, shares help expand the content's visibility because followers post it to others. So, yung share is very important because when someone shares a post, they are basically helping to spread the content on their own friends or relatives or even their followers. So, mas nagiging wide yung engagement niya mas nagiging wide yung engagement ng isang content. And lastly naman is the saves. Saves usually show future content. So, for example, kapag may nakita tayo on TikTok na pinost ng favorite nating influencer, doon pa lang sa pinost ng influencer na yon, doon sa pinopromote niyang product, sinesave natin yun para kapag may balak tayong bilhin yon, yung yellow basket ng favorite influencer natin na nagpo-promote ng product, isi-save natin siya. Then kapag nagkaroon na tayo ng budget, kunwari, pupunta tayo sa history ng mga sinaves natin. So, that means interested tayo doon sa product na yon na pinopromote ng influencer. So, in simple terms, engagement tell us not just how many people saw the post, but how many people actually cared enough to interact with it. So, the higher the engagement, the stronger the connection between the influencer and the audiences.
Engagement rate. So, engagement rate, this is one of the most important metrics for social media managers. So, it shows the percentage of, for social media managers, it shows the percentage of people who actually interacted with your content compared to your total followers or reach. So, how they see it, the engagement rate. It not only to see the total number of likes, to get there, the rate marketers use so this is the formula of engagement. Is, for example, likes is 450 and comments is 40. So for total engagement niya is for shares is 10. Total engagement, what is the total of engagement? 500. Wala kang galing, di ba? So, basic lang yan. Mamaya algebra tayo. Charot. Total engagement, so 500. So, 500. So, ano natin sa 10? Times natin siya sa... So, ito yung followers. 10,000. So, ito times natin siya sa 100. So, for the equals of 5%. So, it's not bad naman yung... Sorry. Sorry po. Okay. So, sabi ko, kaya kahit konti naman yung followers mo, if mataas naman yung percentage mo, it means your content is very effective and your audience is very, very actual listening sa content mo. So, for the next one is click-through rate or CTR. So, all of you are familiar. You're familiar here. So, this measures how many people actually click a link after seeing your post or ad. So this is the bridge between someone just looking at your post and someone just looking at your post and someone actually visiting your website. So if you have a high CTR, it means your call to action or yung click here to button is effective and impressive siya sa mga audience mo. So for the next one is return on investment, ROI, is very important to the boss and business owners. It measures whether the campaign generated more revenue than its cost. In short, kumita ba tayo or nalugi yung gastos? Sir, daming distraction. Okay. Kumita ba tayo or nalugi yung gastos natin sa ads? So that's all for ROI.
So influencers affect how people see products and brands. Influencer marketing doesn't just help promote products, it also affects how people see and interact with a brand. So first is brand awareness. Brand awareness means how familiar people are with a brand. If people see a brand often, they are more likely to remember it. Influencer marketing helps brands become more visible because many people see the product online. For example, when influencers promote products on Shopee, thousands or even millions of people can see the product. Even if they don't buy the product right away, they become aware that the brand exists. The more people see the brand, the more familiar it becomes to them. Second is consumer trust and loyalty. Influencer marketing helps build trust between the brand and the customers. When people trust an influencer, they are more likely to trust the products that the influencer recommends. Over time, this trust can turn into loyalty. Loyalty means customers continue buying and supporting the brand. For example, if a person has a good experience with a product recommended by an influencer, they might continue using that brand in the future. Because of this trust, customers may stay loyal to the brand. Third is purchase intention. Purchase intention means how likely someone is to buy a product. When people see influencers using or recommending a product, they may become curious and interested in trying it. So, for example, when influencers post reviews or haul videos, viewers often feel encouraged to try the product themselves. Even if they don't buy it immediately, the idea of buying the product stays in their mind. So lastly is brand image and reputation. Brand image is how people see a brand, and reputation is what people think about the brand. Influencers can affect both the image and reputation of a brand. If a brand works with popular and trusted influencers, the brand can look more reliable and friendly. Overall, influencer marketing has a big impact on brands because it helps people become aware of the brand, trust the brand, become interested in buying the products, and that is the impact of influencer marketing on brands.
Our next topic is challenges in measuring impact. So we have three challenges in measuring impact. The first one is difficulty in tracking actual sales. So in difficulty in tracking actual sales, so not all buyers use promo codes or affiliate links. So because of this, even if a post receives many likes, views, and comments, it doesn't automatically mean that we can clearly track how many people actually bought the product because of that influencer. So minsan mataas yung engagement pero hindi agad nakikita kung ilan talaga yung naging buyers. So for example of this is the on TikTok, someone might see a product on TikTok and become curious or interested about dun sa product. Pero instead of buying dun sa affiliator link nung influencer on TikTok, pumupunta tayo sa other platforms para makita natin kung dinidifferentiate natin yung product from other platforms para makita kung saan yung mas afford natin bilhin or kung sino yung mas budget friendly. So, by doing that, yung imbes na mapunta yung sales doon sa mismong nag-affiliate ng product, hindi sa kanya napunta yung sales, kundi doon sa platform na hinanapan mo ng product. So, dahil doon, kahit mukhang successful yung post in terms of views, likes, and comments, mahirap pa rin siya to directly connect those numbers to real purchases. Next is the over-reliance on vanity metrics. Here, these are numbers like likes, views, and follower count that make a post look popular. So sometimes, brand focus too much on this metric. So kapag mataas ang numbers, parang automatic natin na iniisip na successful agad yung content ng isang influencer or yung campaign. However, in reality, high numbers don't always mean high sales. For example, etong girl na to on TikTok, nag-post siya ng video sharing her experience about doon sa post niya na nag-trending, nagkaroon ng high sales. So, in-expect niya doon sa nakuha niyang mataas na engagement doon sa content. Yung pinakamaganda example po dito is on TikTok. Since sa TikTok po merong yun nga, kung gusto mong mag-boost ng account mo, pwede kang mag-buy ng likes and comments, more videos, and more followers. So, kahit nakita natin yung video na mataas, mataas yung magiging views, it does not mean na na siya, na true na yung naging engagement niya. Kasi minsan may mga influencer na nagbabay ng engagement nila sa platform nila. So the challenge here is not the high numbers, don't always mean real influence. Sa atin, mas mahalaga na we look beyond the numbers and check if the engagement is authentic and coming from real audience. Hindi lang stats yung dapat nating tinitignan. Sir, malalaman na fake yung isang yung mga followers niya, sir, kapag hindi naman po siya sobrang sikat na influencer, pero magugulat ka na lang po na biglang dami ng mga followers niya.
So to conclude, guys, influencer marketing is a powerful strategy that connects brands and consumer through trust, credibility, and authentic money engagement. So by partnering with the right influencers, whether mega, macro, micro, or nano brands can reach their target audience effectively while creating meaningful connections. So platforms like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook play a key role in delivering content, driving engagement, and increasing brand visibility. So importantly, success in the influencer marketing is not measured solely by likes or followers. So brand must track meaningful metrics such as engagement rate, conversions, and ROI to evaluate real impact. So in summary, Influencer marketing combines strategy, authenticity, and measurable results, helping brands build lasting relationships with consumer and achieve long-term growth. And that will be all po. Thank you.